Have you ever heard the faint sound of a flute on a quiet night and wondered where it could be coming from? Welcome to the world of Greek mythology, where the ordinary is often extraordinary and the mysterious is often divine. Picture a character who is rustic yet regal, part man and part beast, with a love for music that is as enchanting as it is haunting. This is Pan, the Greek god of the wild, the protector of shepherds and the guardian of flocks. Born to the messenger of the gods, Hermes and a nymph, Pan was unique from the moment he arrived into the world. His upper body resembled that of a man, but his lower half was that of a goat, complete with fur, tail and hooves. But don't let his unusual appearance fool you. Pan was and is a deity of great importance and influence. What if I told you that the flute's melody, echoing through the silence, might be Pan playing his beloved syrinx? Pan, unlike other gods, was not known for his divine beauty. Born from the union of the fleet-footed messenger god Hermes and a wood nymph, Pan was a sight to behold, but not in the way one might expect. His appearance was a stark departure from the idealized figures of divinity we often envision. From the waist up, Pan bore the semblance of a man, but his lower half was all goat, complete with a shaggy coat, cloven hooves, and a twitching tail. His face was crowned with a pair of pointed horns, and his ears were long and pointed, like those of his woodland companions. When his mother first laid eyes on him, her reaction was far from joyous. In fact, she was so taken aback by her son's unorthodox appearance that she fled in fear, leaving the newborn Pan behind. But Hermes, Pan's father, saw beyond the unconventional exterior. He recognized the uniqueness of his son and knew that he had a place among the gods of Olympus. So, without hesitation, Hermes scooped up the infant god and carried him to the home of the gods. Upon their arrival, the gods were initially surprised. They weren't accustomed to such an unusual-looking deity. But they soon saw past his physical form and embraced him for who he was. Pan's jovial nature and cheeky charm won them over. His infectious laughter echoed through the halls of Olympus, bringing a much-needed sense of mirth to the often serious and solemn divine realm. Pan's appearance, though startling at first, became a symbol of his connection to nature and the wild. His goat-like features, which initially caused his mother to abandon him, became his defining characteristics, setting him apart from his divine brethren and making him the god we know and love today. So Pan, the god with the body of a man and the hindquarters of a goat, found his place among the gods of Olympus. Have you ever wondered about the origins of the flute? The story is inextricably linked with the Greek god Pan and his unrequited love for a nymph named Syrinx. In the verdant glades of Arcadia, Pan, the god of the wild, shepherds and rustic music, fell deeply in love with the beautiful nymph Syrinx. However, Syrinx did not return Pan's affections and chose to remain devoted to the chaste goddess Artemis. One day, as Pan pursued Syrinx through the forest, she found herself at the edge of a river with no means of escape. In her desperation, she called upon the river nymphs for help. Hearing her plea, they transformed her into a bundle of reeds. Pan arrived at the river's edge only to find Syrinx gone. In his despair, he noticed the reeds that had once been Syrinx. As the wind blew through them, they produced a mournful melody that echoed his sorrow. Stricken by the beauty of the sound, Pan gathered several reeds of different lengths, bound them together, and thus the first set of panpipes, or simply the flute, was born. Pan named this instrument Syrinx in honor of his lost love, and he played it to express his longing and sorrow. The melancholic tunes of the flute resonated throughout the hills and valleys of Greece, a haunting reminder of Pan's unfulfilled love. The story of Pan and his flute is a tale of love, loss, and longing. It speaks to the transformative power of love and the haunting beauty that can arise from heartbreak. The flute's distinctive sound, its ability to convey a wide range of emotions from joy to sorrow, is a testament to its origins in the heart of a god who loved deeply and lost tragically. So every time you hear the haunting melody of a flute, remember the love and loss of Pan. Pan, though not as well known as Zeus or Apollo, played a significant role in Greek mythology. Let's delve into the intriguing role of this rustic deity, shall we? Pan, the god of the wild, shepherds and flocks, was deeply connected with nature. His very essence breathed life into every forest, every mountain, and every meandering stream. He was the whisper in the rustling leaves, the song in the bird's melody, the heartbeat in the pulsing of the earth. Pan was nature personified, But Pan was not just a gentle, nature-loving god. He had a darker, more formidable side. He had the uncanny ability to instill fear and panic. Yes, you heard it right. Panic is derived from the name of our very own Pan. This power was not just a frivolous party trick. Oh no, it was a deadly weapon used to terrifying effect in battle. Consider the epic battle with the Titans. The Titans, those ancient, powerful beings, were a force to be reckoned with. Yet, when Pan let out his terrifying shout, even these mighty beings felt a shiver of dread. Panic spread through their ranks, unraveling their unity and giving the Olympian gods the upper hand. It was a formidable display of the power of fear, all thanks to Pan. Pan's role in Greek mythology extends beyond battles and nature. He features prominently in various myths and legends, often playing the trickster or the guide. He led the way through treacherous terrains, used his wit to outsmart opponents, and even had a hand in inspiring the marathon run. Pan's influence was indeed vast, from the serene tranquility of nature to the chaotic frenzy of battle, from the playful trickery of myths to the guiding light in treacherous terrains. Pan's presence was felt everywhere. From causing panic among enemies to guiding the way in nature, Pan's influence was widespread. As with all myths, the story of Pan carries a deeper meaning. This ancient deity, so deeply intertwined with the natural world and the wild, has left an indelible mark on our culture and consciousness. His enduring legacy is not just confined to the annals of mythology, but extends into the realms of art, literature, psychology, and even language. Let's delve into the labyrinthine world of symbols and meanings that Pan represents. He is often seen as a symbol of the natural world, of unrestrained pleasure, and of the primal instincts that lie dormant within all of us. In literature and art, Pan is often depicted as a playful and mischievous figure, a reminder of the joy and spontaneity that can be found in surrendering to our instinctual selves. However, the image of Pan is not just about frolicking in the woods and playing the flute. It's also about the fear and anxiety that can arise when we encounter the unknown or the unexpected. This aspect of Pan's character is deeply embedded in our language. The term panic, for instance, is derived directly from this Greek god. It refers to the sudden, irrational fear that people would experience when they found themselves in the wild, isolated and alone, much like the shepherds and travelers of ancient Greece who heard the eerie sound of Pan's flute. And then there's pandemonium, another word that owes its origin to Pan. It was coined by John Milton in his epic poem Paradise Lost to describe the capital of hell, the ultimate place of chaos and disorder. Here, Pan represents the darker side of nature, the chaos and unpredictability that lurks beneath its serene surface. Pan's legacy continues to resonate in the modern world, serving as a potent reminder of our deep, primal connection to nature, of the joy and fear that it can inspire, and of the chaos and order that coexist within it. So, the next time you hear a rustle in the leaves, or the faint sound of a flute, remember Pan, the god of the wild, the embodiment of nature's music and the bringer of panic. In our bustling modern lives, it's easy to become disconnected from the natural world. We may forget the primal instincts that Pan represents, the music of the wild that he embodies. But every now and then, something happens to remind us. It could be the sound of the wind rustling the leaves, the sight of a deer in a forest clearing, or the sudden thrill of fear when we realize we're not alone in the wilderness. These are the moments when we can feel the presence of Pan, the ancient god of the wild, still alive in our hearts and minds. So how can we keep this connection alive? By immersing ourselves in nature whenever we can, by listening to the music of the wild, whether it's the rustle of leaves, the song of a bird, or the eerie sound of a flute echoing in the distance, by allowing ourselves to feel the joy, the fear, the awe that nature can inspire, by embracing the chaos and order that coexist within the natural world just as they do within ourselves, and by exploring the myths and legends that have been handed down to us, the stories that remind us of our deep, primal connection to the world around us. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of Pan and want to explore more myths and legends, don't forget to like this video and follow us for more. Until next time, keep listening for the music of the wild.